Та-дам!
Здравейте!
Здравейте!
Има ли хора?
Много ви е топло ли?
Много е топло, да, така е. Аз съм съгласен. Хем съм само с парцали. Сега, от тук нататък ще преминем на английски, защото нашите гости все пак не говорят нашия роден мил език. Окей?
Оказва се, че бил труден. Аз цял живот си го говоря, не разбирам какъв е проблема.
So, what we're going to do, we're going to do a panel with our judges that are going to judge our cosplayers. So, at any moment, if you have any question, you can go to the microphone and ask your question, and they will answer as they can answer. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready to...
To enjoy the panel?
Yeah, something like that. Can't hear you?
You know, I feel you're a little bit tired, are you?
Oh,
And
okay.
there is no energy?
So you have enough chairs, you can lay down and sleep a bit.
No,
just
more
joking.
energy, more energy, more energy, more energy.
Okay, so big applause for Wynter Phoenix. Mike Huster. И Long Cosplay. You can sit. So as long as you have questions, you can go to the microphone and we will stop, we will listen to you, and then they will answer. Okay?
But before that, we will ask our questions.
Yes. So can you do a short introduction so the audience can know a little bit about you?
Okay, I will start. So I'm Maike. Hello, everyone. Yes, I'm a cosplayer from Germany, and I do cosplay since like 10 years now, and I've been all around the world for judging, like Japan or USA or like many countries. And I do specifically like armor costumes and big costumes with wings, FX makeup, fog machines, and LEDs. And yes, that's it for now. Thank you.
Well, hello. My name is Wynter. I also cosplay since around 10 years, actually, pretty much at this point. Very similar, judge also since I think 4 or 5 years now at this point. I've competed in a lot of competitions, still do actively compete actually as well. But yeah, no, I'm kind of an all-rounder, I would say. I over the last year specialized more in wigs, like bit by bit, but I am pretty much doing everything from the sewing part to armor, to the most random things you find in your house, you know, when you have zip ties laying around, or random pieces of wood that, you know, have the right shape for details and stuff. So yeah, no, that's pretty much it.
Hi, I am Lon Cosplay. I do cosplay now for about 9 years. I judge now for 2 years, so I'm just starting. No. And my mains are mostly out of foam and big builds, like the Bumblebee over there. It's like 2.5 meters tall when I put it on. And I also do competitions now for like 8 years. And this year I will be the representative for the Netherlands for Tournaments of Champions.
What is the weird thing that you used in one of your cosplays? The weirdest thing that you have ever used?
Like used out of context.
Out of context, what I mean, because there are many cosplayers that are using, let's say, something that they found around the house or something like that, and they
yes,
just...
we have an answer here.
Yeah.
I used finger condoms to paint stuff because I didn't want to get my hands dirty. So, I got to the pharmacy. I was like, you know what? This works. I have very long nails, so I keep poking through like the latex gloves, and they are more stable. So, it works. But yeah, no, it is really weird when you just have them laying around the craft room and somebody just, you know, comes by. It's like, I promise nothing weird is happening in here.
I think I'm really boring. I can't think of anything specific, but one strange thing that I used for crafting, or what I need for crafting, is that I make my own mannequins, and I think, like 3 bodies laying around my house, and I take them also with my car, so it looks kind of crazy sometimes, and I also have like my head sticking on a stick when I drive. So yes, it's not that comfortable sometimes when somebody looks around you and then you see like a strange looking head, but I would say this. I don't think of any other things. Yes.
Nothing weird.
It's a
Nothing
hard
weird.
question.
Myself. Yeah, most of the time I am that crafter who wants the cosplay to be as much as possible as the character. So I also use car parts. I use a lot of weird stuff laying around in my house. Even for Senshi, I had man underwear. So I do a lot of stuff.
Okay, do you have any questions? There is a microphone over there.
I really wanted to ask if everyone, if there's a character that's got you emotional, so emotional, and you wanted to cosplay them.
Great question.
Thanks.
Actually, very recently, like we watched Gachiakuta, and and I was like, oh, that's cool. I think Sanka has a cool design, and then I saw his backstory, and I remember I was on the couch bawling my eyes out, and I was like, this one hit deeper than expected. So that's kind of like cemented it, and I literally finished him like a few weeks ago. So definitely Sanka for me.
I think I haven't done it yet because I'm more like a crafty person and I do really like to do armor, but I would like to learn to sew more, or better sewing, and then I would like to sew my own Barbie dress. It's not common for me, but I have it's my childhood and I grew up with it, so I think that would be very emotional for me when I would wear it the first time, and it's totally different for me, so I think that would be it, yes.
So for me, with characters, also more like the craftsmanship part. So not really emotional to it. Sometimes I'm like, oh, this character really fit me, like Azula and stuff like that. But I get emotional making the costumes. Cry in a corner for 90 minutes, and then I go further because my boyfriend is like, you can do it. And I'm like, yeah, sure. So most of the time I get emotional with making costumes.
And
Thank
also, can I ask one more question? It's really fast. Are there methods you use for your costumes or cosplays?
Mean crafting method?
Yeah.
Honestly, pretty much everything. It depends on like what specific different materials need different methods. Like for foam, you need obviously sanding, heat. But I think in general, for me, going on the wig styling part, for me, if just wig styling, if you want to get into and get a steamer, it is life changing. You will have an easier time with everything. So I think that's kind of for the wig part a little bit.
So for the crafting part, I would think there are pretty much everywhere, I think craft foam shops or online shops you can get the materials, and it's when you're building armor, there are also tutorials on YouTube, and it's pretty easy to get the knowledge of it. And for armor, it would be get the right glue, because glue is everything that keeps it together, so you don't stand naked somewhere. Prime it well, and then you can just go for it and paint what you want. And I think most of the people forget about the patterning process beforehand. So it's very important that it has to fit you, and you can just like art other patterns you can find online, and so you can fit your proportions and stuff. So I think that would be like the main part for me in armor making.
Yeah, I do also most of the time armor making. You have Dremels, you have the main Dremel. You have also ones that are less expensive, and they work great also. I worked with them. But I see so many people with 3D prints, EVA foam, not sanding their costumes. I know it's the worst part of armor making for me. Most of the people are like, you can see the seams, or you can see that. You see it. From 5 feet away you can't, but from close up you will see it. And sanding is for me a lot of important. And if you want to use like different techniques, like I will start rotan weaving with wood weaving. I use a lot of YouTube tutorials, and it helps me perfectly. And the first time, probably it went wrong, and it's fine. We learn from mistakes, so please keep up.
Thank you.
Thanks.
The next question.
It's a big honor that you're here. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hello, first of all, it's really nice to meet you and welcome to Bulgaria. And I really want to ask, is there a cosplay that you have done that has stuck in your mind? Like, it's your favorite?
Your favorite costume that you have made?
So I don't know if it's the ADHD on my end, but it's always the one I just finished or the one I'm about to finish. Like, I'm like, no, that's my new baby. I love it. And then I just find something new and I start working on it. But I think if I go off like one of the most worn costumes I have in my heart, very, very big is Sherlock and Moriarty from Moriarty the Patriot. It's my favorite show, and I think like a little deep down in my heart, they're my little favorites because they're a little gay and they're a little dramatic, and it's very sad, and I love it.
Yes, for me it's like, it's from a concept art, so it's like a mixture of a character from World of Warcraft and Overwatch. It's called Death Knight Brigitte from Overwatch recently. So it was like, it's a huge armor, it has a shield, and it has like over 1,000 LEDs in it and like 5 fog machines, and I think this costume started for me like what I'm doing today, so going professionally. So I would like to, I think that. And also what you can see here, this is Lilith from Diablo. I'm also very known for that. And it also has huge wings like the FX prosthetic, and I think I'm very known for, so I think I would say this.
So for me, most people think Bumblebee, but it's not anymore. So I have made Aloy with so many techniques, and I learned so much from her, and I worked 2 years on her. So woodworking, EVA foam, forging metal, and a lot of other stuff like wig styling. But my most worn cosplay, and I did her like 3 times, making the costume again and again, is Azula from Avatar.
Oh.
Nice one.
Best friends ever.
Thank you. It's a really honor to meet you.
Thank you. Next question. Hello, which?
Okay, hello. So what I'd like to ask for is tips and tricks for cosplaying, because I could search up a video on YouTube, but I think it's different when you're seeing actual real cosplayers and asking them. So tips and tricks for cosplayers and beginners.
Can you be more specific about doing some armor or some sewing or something like that?
Well, just for me, I'd really like to get into wig making, but I really don't know where to start.
Okay, so let's,
There.
I got you.
There you go.
So I'm not going to give you tips, but I have like some little hacks that are really great. So chopsticks are a really great thing to hold spikes when you attach heat to them, or they use the clips so you don't have to use your fingers because you can heat up the hell out of it. If you want to do like the very lifty spikes, we learned this recently. You use a little bit of like water in a spray bottle and then use the hair straightener on it. It's going to keep it in shape and not burn the wig fibers as fast because the water evaporates. So the main thing you just need to remember, wig is plastic. It is not hair. It does not act like hair. So you need to heat it up and let it cool down in the shape that you want it to have so it sticks. Like that's the most important thing if you want to keep a base shape essentially. So yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hello, I really want to get into cosplaying, but I don't know how to start. So can you please give me a few tips?
About how to start cosplaying.
Do you have like a favorite show or like something that is like, oh, I want to do something from there?
I have a few favorite characters.
That's a very good way to start. So the easiest, I think, is pick a character that you really like, and not one that you like, oh, I just saw him and he's interesting for now, but a character that you liked for maybe a while already, something that's really important to you. And then honestly, step by step, like maybe start getting a shirt that looks similar or a jacket that is similar, and then maybe pants, and like just bit by bit build the cosplay. You don't have to get everything at once. It's at this point, like we do it full time, so it's a whole different thing, but you can literally build it up bit by bit, piece by piece. That's how I started as well. Like I didn't have the money to just buy an entire costume of like, I don't know, Doki Doki or whatever, people buy it as well. So genuinely just bit by bit, and then you start loving the character even more because every time you get a new piece, you get excited for it.
And it's totally okay to do mistakes when you first do it. So like, don't be afraid of it, just go for it. And when you don't like it, you just redo it. So don't be afraid of that.
Yeah, so also if you want some pieces to make by yourself, it doesn't have to be EVA foam or really expensive stuff. You have also like cardboard boxes laying around, and that's totally fine to start with, of paper mache. We also probably started with paper mache, so please make the fun out of it. Choose a character you love and be happy how you turn it out.
Also, one thing I'd like to add, like second-hand shops. Like there's also second-hand shops of people who sell cosplays that you can like buy second-hand, or even in general, like normal second-hand shops have really cool stuff sometimes that you can just use and like work with.
I've got another little question. Can you please say if there are any tips for making like the costume and not the wig?
Which part again? Which part of the
costume?
The
without
costume.
The wig.
So the sewing.
Yeah, that's it.
Some tips for sewing.
Honestly, well, it's such a broad thing,
Yes,
especially sewing
yes,
is
it
such
is.
a wide thing. But the tip on my end potentially is every fabric works differently. Like if you start sewing with like satin or suede or leather, they're all very, very different materials to work with. I will say start mastering them one by one and not all at once.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Can we have the next
Thank you.
person?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, are you going to answer? Sorry. No. Yeah. Hi.
Thank you so much for a tip.
Thank you.
I really like your cosplay.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. So, I'd like to ask from the perspective of people more experienced, what advice would you give to a beginner cosplayer? Do you think that the silhouette of the character they're cosplaying is more important, or the details in the suit, in the, for instance, specific belt, the hair, the makeup, the nails, and so on? Which would you say is more important for the character to be recognizable?
There's always, how to say this, there's always, depending on characters, like certain things that make them very recognizable. I'm gonna go with Avatar as well. For example, if you cosplay Zuko, if you just put on a black wig and you have the scar on, it doesn't matter what you are wearing, people will recognize it immediately as Zuko. So I think if you just want to be recognized as the character, any like the main traits are for you, for example, we have like the scars and like the wig essentially. But otherwise, I think if it's for a competition thing, it's more, for me personally, a silhouette is more important than tiny details. If you have the base shape wrong, you can have the most gorgeous details in the world. If the shape is wrong, it's not going to look right, essentially.
Yeah, so a wig is really important, and the makeup, people will recognize it. You have people who don't know the character and misunderstand it and ask you if you are that character. We still have it, always the same. So don't worry about that. For competitions, yes, you need the base shape right and then go further on details, because yeah, if it's too big, too small, or the shape is, instead of a heart, it's a circle, it's completely wrong in that case, and it will have less points, and the details will not bring the points up on that point, if I'm right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a good evening.
You as well.
Good afternoon. I wanted to ask, what was your first ever cosplay?
Oh no.
No, it's fine. I didn't redo the exact first cosplay. Well, the first cosplay I ever made, no. The first cosplay I ever wore was from an anime called Diabolic Lovers. And I cosplayed Yui, the girl with absolutely no personality.
My ever first cosplay was actually Misa Amane from Death Note. I think it's, for many, the first cosplay. It was just comfy. I just had like laying around pieces and I stuffed it together, and yeah, I had fun with it. And I also used my own hair, so it was totally fine.
Of course you cosplay a hot character first.
For
Of course
sure.
you do.
My first cosplay was Cubone from Pokemon, and I made the bone and the head from paper mache, and the clothes were all brown and just bought and put on, and I was like, yes, great time of my life.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Next question.
A little Zorro. He's a little Zorro.
Hey, hello. So
He was holding
I have a bit of a technical question. Like, you always carry such big props, like big weapons, huge armor, or you even have like wings sticking out. How do you, what materials, what techniques do you use to make them durable but still lightweight? Because when I make my props, they don't last very long usually. Yeah. Do you have any tips about that?
I mean, I can start with, like, for example, the hawk's wings I have. A lot of people want to make colored wings, try and use the wide see-through thingy and start painting it. That's not going to work. There is very light, thin foam that is already pre-colored. If you want to do colorful wings, use that, because you just have to cut it and it keeps the shape and everything, and you don't have to paint it as well, because that also is more weight again and can chip off and essentially makes it heavier.
I am also with wings right now. I use, oh my god, my English is shit right now, sorry. Okay. I do wings with very wide wingspans. So I usually like have a back plate on it. It's like from a very sturdy material, but also lightweight. It's called Sintra. And I mostly use like PVC pipes because they are hollow and really durable. And then most of the time I work either with foam or also with expanding foam, because it's not heavy and you can just like slice it into pieces, so you have like the form you want, and it's not that heavy. Like I'm working on a cosplay right now. It has a wingspan from over 5 meters, with 6 wings in total. Yes, and it's just like, because of the wingspan, it's uncomfortable, but not of the weight. So that would be a nice tip, I think.
For me, like big builds and stuff, I prefer to make a skeleton first out of PVC pipe or light aluminium, and then put EVA foam over it, because EVA foam is lightweighted. Don't 3D print, because it's too heavy to wear it all day. For big swords and stuff is also EVA foam, or for the smaller ones you can also look up for lightweighted wood, because that's really durable if you can work with it. It's a process to learn how to use wood, but you will get there.
Thank you.
First question, how heavy was Bumblebee?
We never rated it, but the stilts alone are like 7 kilos, and then the full cosplay maybe around 20 kilos.
That's pretty light, by the way. Next question?
That's a workout.
I want to ask, what made you start cosplaying?
What made you start cosplaying?
A friend of mine was like, I want to go to an anime convention, and I watched anime at the time. I didn't know what a convention was at all. And she was like, oh, we can dress up. And I was like, sure. I did not know fully. I thought it was like a carnival that we had. And then I essentially watched the cosplay competition of like the ECG selection specifically. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. I want to do this. I can do this, I think, you know. And then I talked to people, and the next year I was on stage because I was like, I can do that. So yeah.
Yeah, I was also in gaming, anime and stuff, and actually when like social media started and stuff, I saw a picture of like a Diablo character, and I thought it's from the game, but it was actually a cosplay, and I was like asking myself like, what is this all about? And then I just like asked my friend if we want to do like an afternoon crafting session, and we crafted our own cosplays, and then it got an addiction for me. So it's like, yeah.
So my first time was, I won tickets from Nickelodeon for Dutch Comic Con. I went over there, I didn't even know what cosplay or conventions were. So I came there and I was like, what is this place? And I saw cosplayers walking around, and I was like, this is so fucking cool. And I was like, wait, those people are creative and make their cosplays by themselves or buy it. And I was like, yes, I need to do that too.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, I'd like to ask for armor, if you have any tips on the side of how to attach it, because the armor I have on right now is very flimsy, falls off easy. I'd like to ask if you have any tips on how to make it look better and how to stay more firmly to the clothes you're wearing underneath.
I think it depends on what type of armor, and I think it depends on what kind of preferences you have. Because a lot of people say magnets. I hate magnets. I think they don't hold. No, I like, how's it called? The little clips you use for backpacks, like the snaps. Yeah, snap buckets, usually. Like, depending on, they can be quite helpful to snap stuff on.
When it's also wobbly, like you can do a snap button here, and then you can do like a rubber band around your arm to hold it like in shape so it doesn't wobble around. That's very helpful. Or you can also use like Velcro on some spots to keep it in place. But yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, for me, magnets and Velcro, they fall off really easily. I'm sorry.
It's just for the support, not the main.
For the support, okay. Yeah, and then bands and like straps to the other pieces of the costume sometimes. Belt buckles also work, and some straps like leather straps or fabric straps also work to attach to other pieces. And sometimes it's easier to have like your shoulders movable, because if they are stuck, you can't do anything. Like you can't move your arms, and it's really a heaven to have shoulder pieces who can move.
Also, zippers. I'm a big fan of zippers usually. Like for like leg pieces or like arm bracers, I usually put zippers in. That can be really helpful, and you can put them on yourselves. It's great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next question.
Hello everyone. My question is, how many times have people misgendered you?
Oh.
Today?
Today.
No, I'm talking in general after all. like over the years, like you cosplay the opposite gender and someone thinks you're that?
Oh,
Well, I go by they, them pronouns, so I get misgendered on a daily very much. I'm very much used to it. I kind of ignore it. Otherwise, if I'm in a princess dress, I'm usually get called she, her, obviously. And if I wear like a guy, I get called he, him. I've been called everything under the sun, and I've kind of just rolled with it at this point. So, yeah, no, honestly, it sounds so sad. I've gotten used to it. I don't pay attention to it anymore.
I never did a gender band cosplay actually, so it happened not to me yet, but I like to wear also strong women, so not like the pretty girls actually, but it never happened to me, so I can't speak.
For me, I do a lot of guys. So sometimes people ask, oh, please, can I take a picture with you? And then they use he or him, and I'm like, yeah, sure. And they're like, you are a woman. And I'm like, yes. And I'm fine with it. Like, I do a man cosplay, so it's fine to be misgendered because of the cosplay you have. Like, why not? You do a cosplay, and if they don't know you, then they don't know your pronouns, so they do like, oh, the characters are he, him, or she, her, so I use that pronoun. So for me, it's that way.
I will say for anyone who's in here, like if you see somebody and you're not sure what they prefer, like usually a safe space is just go by they, them until corrected otherwise, because then you don't step on anybody's foot. Most people are fine with it, especially with the cosplay community being as queer and as just, you know, fun and open as it is. It's usually a safe approach to go with. And most people are really happy with that, actually. So I think that's a little just advice on my end.
Okay, thank you.
thank you.
Greetings. I'm really glad that I'm here. Before I ask my question, I've seen you in social media and I see how confident you show your cosplays, and I see the way you've trained or have the skills with the years. I'm curious, really, what made you, like, did you have someone who supports the idea of making cosplays to create from maybe hobby to something that can be your job and your life almost?
When I started cosplaying, my ex-boyfriend also did it, and my ex-sister-in-law. So they helped me a lot with it. My mom was like, what are you doing? You look like an idiot. And it's fair because 9 years ago it was strange to just dress up. And I put, like on Instagram, if you scroll way back, you see the ugly pictures and stuff. But it was for me, just for me. It was not like, oh, I want a crowd to see it. I just put it on for my own portfolio and for myself. So, and in the 9 years, my mom got more supportive, and yeah, just win with it, I guess, and do it for yourself.
Yeah, for me it was like the same. My family was like, what is she doing there? And I just like wanted to do my creative stuff and so. And when I went to my first convention, I met the people there, and I have so many people in the community, and I think that's the biggest support you can have. And it's just like such a joy to like share your knowledge and also get to know new stuff. So I think that's the biggest support you can get, like from the people you love. But it doesn't have to be from your family, because they're not that familiar like that, maybe with this stuff. But yeah, I would say the community at all.
I do this full time since like 5 years now at this point. My dad still asks me when I'm getting a real job. So honestly, I think it's just I started like learning accepting myself. I think self-love is a big thing of it. And it helps to have like people in your life who just, you know, hype you up, like is it a friend or a partner, or it doesn't really matter. Just somebody who's like, hey, it's really cool what you're doing. It can also be sometimes a random comment in the internet. I remember when I posted, and I think I got the first random comment was like, oh my god, that's such a cool cosplay. I was on cloud 9. I was like, hey, somebody I don't know thinks I look really cool. Like, they took the time to write down the words, you look cool. And, you know, nowadays a lot of people go with the better the numbers, like the more confident you are. No. Like, you need to imagine every like and every comment you get is a person. And then if you imagine them in a room, it is suddenly a lot more. If 5 people would come up to you and be like, hey, you look really cool, that's a lot. That's like 5 people. That's a whole bunch. So honestly, it's the quality and not the quantity. I think that's like a little...
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hi everyone, thank you for being here and welcome to Bulgaria. Yeah, I just wanted to ask 2 things. First of all, about what materials the Diablo cosplay was made with.
Okay, yes, we can start from the top. The top is actually a 3D print. It's made from TPU, so it's like foam-like, so it's very lightweight. And then comes like a prosthetic made from latex. It's from a friend of mine who also does the costume, and I just like asked her if I can get it too. Then we have the dress. The dress is a combination out of EVA foam, sculpting, and of course fabrics. We can see the wings right now, but the wings are also made out of PVC pipes for the inner structure, and then around it, it's made from thick foam plates. And I don't know how to call it in English, like when the membranes. Thank you. It's made from EVA foam, so the light can still shine through it. And yes, that's overall the thing, I think. Or do you need something specific, like, do you want to know?
I was mostly interested in the headpiece and the parts here from the dress as well, because they don't look that they're made of cloth or something.
Okay, yeah, that are made out of fabric, but they are actually glued onto my skin. So yeah, it looks kind of, stuck on.
And the second question is towards all of you. Do you need to be good at drawing and painting in order to be a good cosplayer?
No. It helps to have a little bit of, imagination. But also that is all learnable. Like, specifically for like sewing patterns, you will get used to like, oh, this shape is going to create this shape once you sew it together. Same with foam, like you will learn which base shapes create what shape. So you don't have to be good at it necessarily. You just need to understand what shapes make other shapes.
Yeah, and for painting, if you start with it, just put that piece apart and look at it over 5 years and see even earlier, and see your improvements. Like, it's learning the way up. We didn't have the skills, maybe a little bit of creativity with drawing and painting, but you don't need to have that skill right now, because you can learn the way up.
So I would say just like try it out, like look what you have already at home maybe and what you can do with it. So like these scars I usually painted with alcoholic paints, but I have them not here, and so I just like used my eyeshadow, thank you so much, and I just like dabbed it on, mixed it with water and see what I can get. So just like try out what you can get, and if you like it, that's it. So why not?
Okay. Thank you. Vielen Dank.
Thank you.
Hi. I have a question for Wynter.
Yes.
So, would you cosplay Denki or Hawks again?
I'm actually wearing Denki tomorrow.
Oh.
I brought him because I know people ask for him, and I was like, you know what, it's gonna be warm. He is comfortable. So I'm bringing Denki tomorrow, and I do want to shoot hawks again, but I will never bring him to an event because just big wings and events are not a thing that go well together.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I wanted to ask if you ever body shamed yourself because of cosplay.
Not body shamed. For me, it's the opposite. Like, people are like, oh my God, how do I get so skinny? And I'm like, I've done sports since I'm really like small, but also I am not healthily weight. I'm struggling to get to a normal weight actually. So it's like not really a body shame in that direction, but I'm always like, no, you shouldn't. Like, honestly, sometimes I wish I had some more curves on some areas. So that's, yeah.
For me, not from other people. Like, I have my own struggles and stuff, and I'm keeping it more like a motivation for myself because I like to go to the gym and grow muscles and be like a muscle mommy somehow. And so it's like, for me, I critique myself very much on this point, but I didn't got any like complaints about from other people.
No, not really, because most of my cosplays hide most of my body because I wear mostly armor. So they don't see it, but I cosplay Rumi and I gained weight the last few years and people were like, oh, look at your fat rolls. And I was like, thanks, man. But it's fine, not for me, but my brain is like, okay, if you say that, it's your problem. If you don't want to look, don't look. But in cosplay itself, like, I know people, friends of mine, that are really body shamed, even by judges. And at that point, I'm like, just don't. Like, we have a hobby. We are all human. We are perfect as we are. Like, we are tall, small. We have different skin colors. What is the difference? Like, nothing. We have the same hobby. Appreciate everyone and respect each other.
A judge.
Hello. Have there ever been any cosplays where you started making them with a really good attitude? Like, I've got this all planned out, there won't be any problems, but midway through you figure out, I might have forgot the word.
Maybe that's a big spoon for my mouth, something like that?
No,
Oh,
where
okay.
you... no,
Are we halfway through? Was it a mistake? Or like you wanted to
no
abandon
mistake.
it?
I'm underprepared for this one, let's say.
Oh,
Like, we overestimated
Yes,
what we can
yes,
do.
yes.
Overestimated.
Oh yeah, no, right now, actually. I thought I could get another Borderlands done in like 3 weeks, and I now have 2.5 weeks, and I'm not sure if I get it done in time, but you know, I have hope right now. I'm delusional, and I have energy drinks, so... yeah, no, it's constantly.
I was talking a little bit earlier about the cosplay with the 6 wings and stuff. I started this 3 years ago, and I just like dropped it, and then I crafted it again, and I redid it, and now I'm on it again, and I redo like most of it already again. So it's not my standard anymore. So, but I think it's not a bad thing actually, because you like grow and see what you can do better over time. So maybe I will finish it in like 10 years or so, but I hope this year, but we will never know. I don't, yeah.
So for my Aloy, I started 2 years ago, and I was looking at some parts like last year, like nope, I throw it away and started again, and you see my changes with EVA foam and stuff. And even now, for preparing to Austria, I was like, I still see mistakes, and I wing with it, and I'm like, okay, let's do it again. It was a project. I was like, let's make it in 6 months, and now it's like still going on after 2.5 years, and I'm like, why? So I overestimated time a lot of times. I con crunch a lot. Like people in the Netherlands call me the con crunch queen because most of the time before competitions I sleep like 2 hours a night for 2 weeks before the competition. Don't do that, guys. Don't be that person.
Take your time.
Okay, thank you. So we have time for only 1 or 2 questions. Sorry. Yeah, we will try to do it. Yeah.
Hey, hello. I wanted to ask how you decide which cosplay to weather.
What?
To weather, to make it dirty, to make it look used, for example.
I have a quick answer. I weather everything, even the dresses, everything. Like even the seams, I just airbrush them darker. But every costume I have is weathered.
Weathering doesn't have to be like you have to like break stuff and do like rubbish things. So yeah, I think I would do this too, like because it adds more depth to your costume. So just like you can also like use eyeshadow just for the seams, and it looks like a little bit more better. So I also like, yeah, I don't have any costume that isn't weathered somehow or like added. Yeah.
Yeah, weathering, even ball gowns can be weathered. If the dress is blue, the seams you can add a little darker blue so it has more depth. And I also look at the characters, what their story is, for if it needs to be sanded or even darker weathering or with sand from the earth and stuff. So look at the character itself and its story. Like, does it fit the character? If that makes sense.
It makes a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe we will fit them all.
Hello, thank you for being here. I just want to ask you, have you ever watched or read My Dress Up Darling? And what do you think is it could help new cosplayers to begin or opposite?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, have you ever watched or read My Dress Up Darling? And how do you think is it will be helpful or not for new cosplayers?
Read or watched My Dress Up Darling? Is that the question? Yeah, I did watch the anime. I don't plan on cosplaying from it, but it was a fun show until some other things happened that I didn't fully agree with in the show, and then I stopped watching the show.
So I think she asked, do you think it's good for newbies, for new people to cosplay that kind of characters? Is that your question?
Yeah.
Yes.
It depends on the outfits, and it depends on what exactly, because some outfits are really, really revealing. Some outfits are very problematic that, you know, we go with to redarken the skin for cosplay, which we do not do, so, you know, don't do that. But I think the normal uniform, the very base uniform, is cute and definitely suitable. Just don't make it too short.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Last question.
Last question. Hi, thank you for your time. My question is, when you follow tutorials online, do you experience a language barrier? And if you do, how do you deal with that?
Not really. I often watch tutorials. I don't necessarily listen to the explanations. I just need to physically see what they're doing. And I'm also very much I figure it out, and then I will just try and error until I get it. So, but otherwise, language barrier-wise, I think if you speak English, you get by with most tutorials, honestly.
Yes, I'm also like this, just watching it, it's also like you can get it in your brain, but yeah, I would like to say the same, so I don't have anything to add.
Yeah, I'm also more like a watching person, so even sometimes I put off the sound and be like, oh, they did it this way, I can do that, and just wing with it, and trial and error most of the time. We also make mistakes, so...
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We are out of time, so that's the end. Yeah, that was the last question, sorry. So that's the end of our panel. Can I have a big applause for our jury? Thank you very much. And they will probably can see you tomorrow, so.
Well, we have a meet and greet.
Yes. Yes, for the award, you sit them for the award, and when they do meet and greet, and you can go and meet them there. Thank you again. Oh,
Yes,
right,
we are
right
going
after
to
that.
the meet
Yes,
and
yes,
greet
yes.
right
Sorry,
away.
sorry,
So,
sorry.
in 10
So, if you
minutes.
have any question, if you want to buy some of their merchandise and go to their meet and greet, it will be right after now. Now, yes, now. It will be now. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very